we're going to weigh the difference in these parts. Go ahead. This is the first stock part, 157 grams. Okay, go ahead with the carbon fiber part. Oh my goodness, 53 grams. We're going to save 100 grams. We think that's going to increase our 0 to 60 time by about a second. So we'll tune back in with that test data later. Here's a shot of the tools needed for this job. You need a couple of things to pry with to get the push pins out. That's the yellow and the blue things there. A 10mm open end wrench and then an Allen wrench, not sure what size, and that was to take the fabric trunk puller thing off. A knife, and here's a piece of stiff copper wire that I used when I accidentally shut the trunk while having the trunk latch lift handle thingy off. And that's not a good thing to do because you cannot open the trunk without putting it back on and pushing the button. So I had to use this to fish the connector out, and there's barely enough wire to pull it through and to connect it, but I successfully averted disaster there. So that's just a warning before you start. Couldn't find much online how to do this except for one guy who says remove all of these little push-in retainers and then remove this liner, and then you can get to the screws. So we'll see if we can do that. Removing these little push-in things is not too difficult. Just okay, the other little plastic push pins, or whatever they call them, are way harder to get out. Those taller ones, the first one I showed you was the one on the left, and those things pop out really easy. These things, you have to really work them to get them to come out. And then if I just look at the inside here, so we can see one of those plastic push pins that you got to pull out. It's really quite hard, and this is the back of the handle. And I'll just quick come out and just show you where we are here. Looking from the side. One more time, go back in. Okay, so I got the four 10mm nuts off the back, and now you can remove this. Now there was another little clip right here that you have to squeeze in on the back side to get that out. Okay, a word on the electrical connector. It disconnects right here just by pushing on that little tab that you see. The white part attached to the trunk lid itself does not detach from the black part. Like I figured that out after I was trying to do it for a couple minutes. So this small connector that you see in the hole, that is the one that actually disconnects. Okay, so peel back this rubber piece to see the base piece of plastic versus the chrome part, and it appears right now that this piece on the end is where you need to pry and get that loose, as it's now starting to pop out a little bit. And there's also, looks like there might be a piece of glue right here that we need to cut through in order to pop the chrome piece off the black piece. So this is real time. It's the first time we're getting it to pop out any amount. Looks like it's getting fairly close. There's all kinds of little tabs around it. Show the tab right here. So I'm just going around it trying to pry and see if I can get it to move. It seems to be coming out. Here we can see now the black piece is starting to, there we go, we're going to get it soon. So what's concerning me a bit is the gap between the plastic and the tabs.
Should I be preparing for another crime scene?
There's 4 of these tabs on the carbon fiber part. Okay, going back on is pretty easy. The biggest issue, which isn't very big, is just getting that connector on. So you just reach in underneath on the back side and push it up through, and then line up the pins and the studs, and then put the nuts on the back side. Here's a shot of the finished product. See, it fits very nicely. Got a really nice weave to it. Nice glossy finish. Let's see if I can get a close up of that. Sunlight's on the back of it, so it looks pretty good in the sun.